Friday morning conversation with
Tim McGraw.
Here he is. Good to see you again.
Hey, man, you too. All of you guys. Yeah.
We're good. You know, I haven't really seen you since before the LSU won the national championship.
Yes. How about that?
How about that?
That was awesome. I mean, as you know, I'm a huge LSU fan. I'm a diehard LSU fan. Since the time I was, you can't grow up in, well, you know, the SEC anyway, Arkansas. I mean, you just can't grow up without being a fan of football. It was a big deal to see it happen. And I love Coach O, so.
I saw that you played, was it the before the game or the day before the game?
Right before the game, yeah.
So did you book that after you knew LSU would be in, or were you going to do that anyway?
No, I was going to do it anyway. I mean, we had a feeling. I mean, we were hoping that LSU was going to be in there, and I thought that they might make it there, but it was a bonus that they made it. I mean, in Louisiana, New Orleans, and LSU, I mean, it was a huge deal for me anyway.
Did you have to stay impartial on that stage?
I wore my LSU jacket on stage.
I saw on your Instagram you had
it. I couldn't help it. They might not have liked it too much, but I mean, I couldn't be in. I think I would have caught more from my Louisiana fans by not doing that than I would have from the powers that be by doing that, because being from Louisiana and everybody knew I grew up there and playing in Louisiana, I couldn't go out there and not represent. I think I would have felt dishonest had I not done that.
What kind of tickets do you get when you are Tim McGraw and you're going to your team?
We had a cool suite. Yeah, we had really good suite tickets. And the coolest thing is, right in the suite next to us, Ronnie Lott was over there. And then a couple rows down, a couple of suites down was Roger Staubach was sitting there. So it was cool. You got to see some really great players up there and some great people.
Do you go to people and ask for pictures ever? Will you be like, hey, Ronnie Lott?
There's been a few people I've done that with. I try not to do it too much, but there's a few people it's hard to pass up to get a picture with, or at least get a football signed or something like that.
If they don't know who you are, let's say they're not a fan of country music, and it's somebody like a Ronnie Lott, like safety for the 49ers. Like back in my day, he was just really an amazing player. But let's say he doesn't know country music. Will you go up and be like, hey, I'm a country music singer. I'm also famous. Can we get a picture? Or you just be like, can I get a picture with you, sir?
I'd just say, if I can get a picture with you. I'm Tim, can I get a picture with you? Yeah. That's happened quite a few times, but that's good. I just get a picture and get out and go. One time I went up to Barry Manilow. I saw him somewhere in L.A. at a store. And I went up to him and I said, oh, Barry, man, I'm a huge fan. So nice to meet you. My name's Tim. And he just looked at me like I was crazy and sort of walked off. And then somebody told him, and then I saw him again later in the store, and he came up and said hi to me again and started talking to me.
Barry Manilow was in a store by himself?
Yeah,
Just buying groceries?
Just walked in by himself. I don't think it was a grocery store.
Will you go grocery shopping by yourself?
Yeah, I love to grocery shop. Yeah. I don't mind at all.
Why did your guitar? What's your name? Sorry.
That's Bob.
Bob. Yeah. Bob just left.
Because I've been grocery shopping with him.
Oh, okay. So Bob was just affirming that you love it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I like to grocery shop. I mean, look, we've lived in the same area for so long. Everybody sort of knows us there, so it's pretty easy to go do. But Faith and I like to shop together too, grocery shop. I mean, when we go though, it's usually like 2 buggies of stuff, so we don't have to go very often.
Do you worry about giving your credit card with your name on it over to somebody if they know who you are?
No, I never thought about that.
Oh, well, now he is. Now he'll never do it now.
I have an inherent trust in people, Bobby.
Yeah. By the way, Tim's here because the Here on Earth tour is just announced, which I didn't know this was your first solo tour in 5 years.
Yeah, in 5 years.
I guess I've just been with you when you played festivals, but not a whole tour.
Not a whole tour. It's been that long. I guess right at 5 years, yeah. And you know, Soul to Soul was 2 years, which was so much fun and incredible. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I like being out in the sheds and playing in the summertime and the heat and this sort of conducive environment that happens when you're all out there, and the lawn. Of course, the lawn. Who knows what's going on out there? But it makes it fun to look up there and see all the fans. I mean, it's one of my favorite things in the world to do is play out there.
Because it is an active show. Will you do a full stretch before you go? Like, what is the pre-show routine?
We have a couple of workouts during as Bobby can attest to, during the day. Running, if we're playing stadium or arena, we run the stairs. That's the second workout of the day, and then we do a CrossFit in the afternoon. But I do stretch before.
You do all that before you perform?
Yeah.
Aren't you worried you're going to get tired in the middle of the set?
You know what I find that it energizes me. I think that the guys in the band feel the same way. We always talk, if we don't do a workout before, we don't have the same show. It's not as fun. It's not as energetic.
How do you feel about that, Bob? Exactly.
No, really, it changes your whole mentality.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a discipline thing.
Oh, and it releases endorphins.
It releases endorphins. There you go.
Endorphins make
See?
you happy.
And the older you get, the more endorphins you need.
Tickets at timmcgraw.com. It's the Here on Earth tour with Midland and Ingrid Andress.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with Ingrid, and she's
awesome, right?
just great.
Yeah.
And here's what I know too is a lot of people were fighting to get her on the tour. And, there was a whole thing, and you got her.
Yeah, I know. It was toward the end of last summer. I was out hanging out by the pool, just hanging out. Faith was inside doing something, and had the radio on, and her song came on, "More Hearts Than Mine." It's the first time I'd heard it, and it literally just hit me in the gut. I mean, being a dad of 3 daughters, it just I've been through that experience before, and it just really nailed me. And I'm starting to get chill bumps now. And went in and instantly played it. Told Faith to look it up and find it, and she looked it up and said, "I got to get this girl on tour." She goes, "You do? She's awesome." And I was on the phone right away trying to track her agent down, trying to figure out who I could call to get her before anybody else did. And I did. And there's another story I'll tell you later on. I won't tell you on the air, but it happened.
That's my favorite kinds of stories.
It's just about some other artists. Because you're right, everybody was trying to get her when they heard that song. Yeah, and I got lucky. Yeah.
The tour starts July 10th in Syracuse, New York, rolls all the way to September 26th. Tim McGraw is here. I was talking to Luke Combs the other day, and because I know you and Luke are...
Yeah, we're doing a couple. We're doing Philadelphia Stadium and LA in the stadium. Yeah.
And he was talking about how he went and somewhat early on, he goes into a BMI, he's playing songs, and he played 3 songs, all ended up being number ones. And they told him, those songs aren't good, and you're not going to be an artist. Like, you go and work on your... And now Luke Combs is, one of the King Dinglings here, right?
Absolutely. He's killing it.
Did that ever happen with you early on where you go and they're like, I just don't know, Mr. McGraw, that you're going to be able to...
It did. I'm not going to name any names, but I'd been working in the studio. I'd really never been in a studio before, and I was doing some early stuff in the studio, my first project, and I went to dinner that night and was sitting down talking, and finally the guy said, he said, "You're a nice guy. So I like you a lot." I said, "But I just don't think that this is for you." After being in the studio singing, and I was sort of shocked, but at the same time, it was the best thing that ever happened to me because it instantly gave me this sort of drive and this I'm going to show you attitude. I think it was a blessing in disguise at the time.
Do you ever see this person?
Yeah. I've worked with him before since. Yeah.
Tim McGraw's here. First tour in 5 years that he's been out solo. And it starts July 10th in Syracuse. Tickets at timmcgraw.com. And again, it's Tim and Midland and Ingrid Andress. And I was kind of looking up, because I always like to kind of deep dive back in. And listen, I've gotten to know you a bit over the years, and you've been in a bunch of times. But I was looking at your acting resume. Your first acting appearance came on the Jeff Foxworthy show.
It did, yeah.
Which I didn't know.
Yeah.
And that's 1997. Whenever you go on that show, your first ever acting appearance, is that nerve-wracking for you? Was it that one?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nerve-wracking. I mean, acting is the most nerve-wracking thing that I've ever done, and you get a new appreciation for how good everybody is that does that. When you walk on the set, even Jeff, I mean, he was so funny and so good and on the spot at what he did, but how professional everybody is. And I mean, just down to the people who played just the smallest parts, it's unreal the talent that's there. And the discipline that you have to do it, because you can go through all the rehearsals and do all the blocking and run all your lines and get everything right, but the minute the camera comes on, your body starts to defy you with the nerves. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever done, the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done.
But now are you a little more dialed in, like you know how to prepare better when you go do?
I know how to, I have a little more of a method behind the madness now. I can sort of get myself prepared, but I still have those moments. And oddly enough, in some of the movies I've done, those moments where I've almost felt like in a panic in the middle of a scene where you don't think you're getting it right, or you're so nervous, or the camera's on. Oddly enough, sometimes those are the best scenes that I've done. Not thinking that I'm doing well. There's a certain energy, I think, that sort of comes through subliminally that you don't realize when that's going on. So maybe that happens to everybody. I don't know, but for me, it's almost paralyzing sometimes. You get nervous.
Anything coming up with you? Are you reading scripts or anything right now?
There's a few scripts I've read over the last couple of years. It's just timing's the hardest thing, because it's so many variables involved. So to find a script you like is the hardest thing first, because it's much like finding songs. You have to find something that moves you and something that you really like and can dig into. So you find something that you like, and then secondly, it's not like I'm Tom Hanks that they're going to be like building a movie around me. So you got to find a script that you like, and they got to want you. You got to be the guy they want for the part. And then it's got to fall in the timing that you have to do it. I mean, there's only a small window every year that I have an opportunity to do it. So the chances of all of those things lining up at the same time where I can actually do it are tough. And secondly, sometimes I just don't know if I want to do it anymore. But I'm sure something will come along that's going to be hard. It's got to be, I think now at this point in my life, it's got to be something that I just can't resist. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that there's no way that I can let it pass me by.
Would you do the next installment of the Joker? Because they're doing them every year, basically. Would you be the country Joker? What about that?
I'm not going to try to live up to Joaquin's performance on the Joker. That was something special there.
Tim McGraw's here. I didn't know you were going to perform. This is a treat for me. You and Bob came in.
Well, we're going to give it a shot and see what it sounds like.
Wow. Okay. He's going to do a medley of every song he's ever written.
Oh,
it's going to take us 2 days. It's going to be great.
Well, every song I've ever written wouldn't take long, but every song I've ever recorded might take a while.
So we're going to come. Here's what we're going to do. Right now, we're going to play Thought About You. And when we come back, we'll have you set up over in the performance lounge, which is like 10 feet away. Maybe less than that. Yeah, and then we'll get a song in here. All right, Tim McGraw. By the way, timmcgraw.com and the tour, the Here on Earth tour has just been announced. And we'll come back with Tim McGraw in just a second. Just announced the Here on Earth tour. It's his first solo tour in 5 years. I didn't realize Soul to Soul was 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Wow.
It was fun. I mean, gosh, I tell you, every time I'm on stage with Faith and get to spend that long singing together, it makes me so much better because to keep up, it's like a NASCAR trying to keep up with an Indy car with her singing. She's such a great vocalist, and I'm not a natural harmony singer, so being on stage with her, she's the only person I can really sing harmony with. And being on stage with her and trying to chase her all night with harmonies and try to stay with her, you can't help but get better because she'll give you that look if you're off pitch or not singing well. She'll
Amy gives me that look here on the show sometimes. She'll be like, "You're not with me."
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask. So let's say someone was having a wedding and they wanted to hire you to do their wedding, what would that cost?
A lot.
A lot. All right, Tim McGraw's here.
Unless you're a really good friend.
But it could. But you're saying it could happen.
It could happen.
Okay.
It could happen.
For the right price, you'd play someone's wedding?
Or the right friend.
Like an oligarch was like an American oligarch.
American oligarch.
Yeah. Dang. To be that rich. Like if Jeff Bezos called and was like, come play at the house.
Oh, yeah. But some stock options as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right, Tim McGraw. Hey, have you seen Cheer on Netflix?
No.
You should watch that.
Well, I haven't seen. Well, we are hooked on Netflix. I mean, and binge watching now. Like we've never seen Homeland, so Faith and I have been binge watching that over like the last week, and so hooked on that. So finding these shows that everybody has seen and go back, like I'll write that one down to go back
Cheer.
and find this stuff.
It's about
cool.
College cheerleaders, but it's really good.
Oh wow!
It's about the sport, like how crazy the sport is. Like you'll like it because you're such an athletic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful.
They do some
Competitive.
crazy.
Yeah.
They do some crazy. My daughter actually, her first year of college was a cheerleader, and she did it on a whim and made the team. And she's not. She cheered in high school, but she didn't do gymnastics or any of that stuff. And then she got into college. They started doing some crazy stuff. And we were watching them, and she was a flyer, so the stuff that she was doing was incredible. So.
After you watch Cheer, text me.
You'll love it, yeah.
Text me, and then I'll bring you on the phone, and I want to hear your review of Cheer in the next few
got
weeks. All right. Tim McGraw's here. Listen, I didn't know that you were playing. I'm super pumped, so let's do a little song. What are we going to do here?
My Best Friend. It's Valentine's.
All right, here we go.
I never had no one that I could count on. I've been let down so many times. I was tired of hurting, so tired of searching, till you walked into my life. And it was a feeling I'd never known. And for the first time, I didn't feel alone. And you're more than a lover. There could never be another to make me feel the way you do. And oh, we just get closer. I fall in love all over.
every time I look at you. And I don't know where I'd be without you here with me. Life with you makes perfect sense. You're my best friend. Oh, 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 you're my best friend. You stand by me and you believe in me like nobody ever had. When my world goes crazy, you're right there to save me. You make me see how much I have. And I still tremble when we touch. And oh, the look in your eyes when we make love. 'Cause you're more than a lover. There can never be another to make me feel the way you do. And oh, we just get closer. I fall in love all over every time I look at you. And I don't know where I'd be, girl, without you here with me, girl. 'Cause life with you makes perfect sense. You're my best friend. Oh, 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 you're my best friend.
Come on.
My wife, that's my Valentine's Day present.
That's super special.
Bobby, you should have him say something to Caitlin right now.
No,
Why?
I don't need him talking to my girlfriend because then she'll like him better.
That's from Bobby to Caitlin.
Oh, come on. Okay, thank you. Tim McGraw, there he is. Hey, go see Tim on the Here on Earth tour. Tickets up. Ingrid Andress, Midland. Go to timmcgraw.com. He's all over from July to September, from Chicago, St. Louis, Atlanta, Tuscaloosa. Everywhere we are, Tim will be. And thanks, guys. Bob, good to see you, too. All right, there he is. Tim McGraw, everybody.
Thank y'all.